拜神。
Thank you, Pastor Leung, for this privilege that we can worship with you today.
我諗唔容易過。好對唔住，因為咧我就好似比較淺咗色嗰個字希望大家能夠睇得清楚。
Sorry for the font. It looks a little bit light compared to the background.
咁今日咧，我想同大家嗰個主題裏邊咧喺度係更新蛻變在春天。
Transformation and renewal in springtime.
咁大家都喜歡春天係咪啊
？Everyone likes springtime, isn't it?
好靚係咪
？Isn't it pretty? It's a lot of flowers.
特別咧嗰啲樹咧，唔知點解開花先㗎，係嘛？For
some reason, it's always blossom before they have leaves.
呢個係神嘅奇妙啦，唔係話唔知點解嘅。
That's God's wonderful creation.
讓我哋咧喺嗰啲咁嘅枯枝上邊咧，一睇到就係哇，好靚嘅花。
And we see that beautiful flowers coming out from the dead branches.
今年我哋又好感恩啦，係嘛？因為咧叫做咩Super Bloom 係嘛？有呢個。
We're so thankful for the Super Bloom this.
哇！嗰啲野花有冇人去睇啊
？Anyone have seen the wildflowers？
都有啲咁如果你哋仲未有去睇咧，就可能遲咗啲㗎啦，而家
Is that actually a little bit late now？
呢啲相咧係真嘅，唔係假嘅喎，唔係 Photoshop 嘅喎。
Those are real pictures, not from the Photoshop.
特別係呢個左上角嗰個咧。
Especially on the upper left.
嗰個唔係喺南加州但係都係加州嘅喎。
Sorry, it's not in the Southern California, but it's in the state of California.
好多顏色㗎，係咪
？It's beautiful, it's a lot of colors.
哇！春天真係象徵一啲嘅生命嘅更新。
The springtime is symbolized the renewal of life.
我哋睇到咧呢個冬天嘅時候，咩都死氣沉沉嘅。
We see that everything seems to be so dead and cold in wintertime.
但係春天一到嘅時候咧，哇，好有活力啊
！But as soon as spring comes, it's vibrant.
好多都叫做可以講重生，係咪？好似死咗咁嘅植物咧，都會飆晒芽，開晒花。
Everything seems to resurrect. It's just like they sprout and grow.
有時我覺得我哋做基督徒咧，可能都時不時要好似經過個春天咁嘅樣，係咪？能夠發芽，能夠開花。
I think that we Christians need that kind of renewal too. We need to give new shoots and blossom.
其實保羅都有咁嘅意思嘅。
I think Paul means the same way.
佢喺寫俾哥林多後書嘅時候咧，前半段佢喺第4章前半段嗰度，我哋冇機會讀，但係佢就已經係講到咧，我哋唔需要驚嘅，我哋要勇敢嘅嚟去為神嚟去作工。
We don't have time to read the first half of 2 Corinthians chapter 4, but I think Paul means exactly the same way. He meant for us to work hard for the Lord without fear.
佢話要將呢個真理去表明出嚟嘅。
He said that we have to work hard to reveal the truth.
佢話因為我哋知道神嘅榮光。
Because we know God's glory.
神咧。我哋知道喺舊約嘅時候，佢時不時會將個榮光嚟去顯現俾佢人民。
We know that in the Old Testament time, God occasionally always reveals His Shekinah, His glory.
佢嘅榮光。但係藉着耶穌基督，我哋睇到神嘅榮光就係喺佢嘅面上。
But in the New Testament, we see God's glory on the face of Jesus Christ.
唔單止咁。
Not only that.
保羅更加提醒我哋嘅心已經被個光嚟去光照。
Paul reminds us that our hearts be shone upon by this light.
所以咧，你同我咧，今日係不再一樣嘅。
So we are totally different. We are extremely makeover now.
我哋本來只不過係一啲唔值錢嘅器皿。
We used to be worthless.
但係因為神嘅光照入我哋心入邊，我哋就有呢個嘅寶貝喺入邊啦。
We used to be vessel cheap, but with God's light shining within us, we be upvalued. We have this treasure within us now.
你知道喎
You know
嗬？
it.
你知唔知你有冇寶貝啊？
Did you know that you have the treasure within you?
不過有時候我哋唔係好記得嘅，
Sometimes we forgot it
我哋
all.
好善忘嘅，
We were very forgetful.
時不時我哋要提醒到你有寶貝喺入邊㗎。
We have to remind ourselves we have this treasure.
所以保羅繼續咧喺13到18節嗰度提醒到我哋咧，我哋要繼續嘅被提醒，繼續嘅被更新。
That's why Paul repeatedly reminds us in verses 13 to 18, we have to be reminded, we have to be renewed continually.
我哋啱啱讀到嗰幾節經文入邊就講到我哋至少喺3方面，我哋需要被不斷嘅更新。
In the verses that we have just with the 3 things that we need to be reminded.
就好似啲大地咁樣睇到啲花咧，定時咧就會出翻嚟嘅，正時就會發揮佢嗰種嘅美麗，嗰種嘅光芒。
Just in the ground that we have looked at, there's a definite, a designer time. The plants have to give growth, have to blossom.
第一方面，我哋睇到喺我哋嘅信心上面需要被更
The
新。
first renewal area is our faith.
喺13節嗰度，我哋睇到話，經上記載上我信，所以我講説話。我哋既然有同樣嘅信心，也就信，所以也講説。
Verse 13 it says, "Is written, I believe, therefore I have spoken." Since we have that same spirit of faith, we also believe and therefore speak.
講咩啊？
What are we talking about here?
佢話：如果你有信咧，你就講嘢啦。
You say that you can only speak if you believe.
我哋中文字好特別嘅喎，係咪？
It is, the Chinese character is really special.
信咧就係一個人同埋一個言字邊。
The word believe is made of 2 components, man's word.
即係話你有信咧，你就講嘢㗎啦。
It's that if you believe, you can speak.
唔知係咪咁嚟㗎啦嚇？咁至少我相信大家都有個咁嘅同感，就係話當你相信一樣嘢嘅時候咧，好難人接撳得你唔講嘢㗎，係嘛？因為你相信㗎嘛，你相信愛情，所以咧你就成日講我愛你啦。
You probably can relate to that. If you believe in something, it's hard for you to stop talking about it. Just like that, if you're in love, you keep on thinking, you keep on talking about love.
所以咧，保羅提醒我哋，因為我哋有同樣個信心嘅靈，所以我哋講説話。
And so Paul reminds us that because we have the same spirit of faith, therefore we speak.
英文翻譯得準確啲嚇，即係講到咧，其實係一種同感一種kindle spirit 咁樣嘅意思嘅。
And so the English translation refers to this kindred spirit that we have.
我哋知道咧，呢句説話咧唔係保羅講嘅，而係佢嚟去抄詩篇嘅。我哋遲啲會再繼續去同大家提醒呢一方面，詩人點解要講呢句説話。
And so this sentence actually is quoted from Psalm, and we'll talk about that later.
我哋繼續去睇落14節先因為保羅話，因為知道那使主耶穌復活的，也必使我們以耶穌就復活，並且把我們以你們呈現在他的面前。
Verse 14, because we know that the one who raised the Lord Jesus from the dead will also raise us with Jesus and present us with you to himself.
呢度知道特別要大家要留意，就係一種嘅察覺，一種嘅看見，一種嘅曉得。
Pay attention to the word know, meaning that you notice, you pay attention, you truly are convicted.
保羅當然佢好明白到，呢個係一個好重要嘅佢能夠知道主耶穌咧，好似我哋今日唱咗好多，就係佢活着呢個嘅真理。
Paul knows that. He truly knows, just like what we have sung today again and again, that Jesus has risen.
佢係從死裏復活嘅。
Jesus was raised from the dead.
呢個嘅真理咧，對基督教係一個非常非常重要嘅，係咪？
This is the central belief in
呢個就係
Christian.
我哋基督教同其他宗教嘅一個 極大嘅分別。
This set us apart from all the religions.
其他嘅宗教咧唔會慶祝復活嘅。
The other religion never celebrate anything about
因為
resurrection.
其他宗教嘅創辦人咧都已經死咗啦。
Because all the founders of all the other religions, they are dead.
唯有基督教咧係慶祝呢個空嘅墳墓嘅。
Only the Christians celebrate the empty tomb.
唔係嘅話咧，我哋就唔需要喺禮拜日聚會啦，係咪啊？
Otherwise, we do not have to get together on Sunday.
可能我哋有啲人仲係唔係好記得啊？原來禮拜日咧唔係安息日嚟嘅喎，安息日係琴日喎，係
Some
咪
of
啊？
you may have get confused. You thought that Sunday is the Sabbath. No, Sabbath is yesterday.
我哋基督徒點解要睇禮拜日咧？
Why do we?
因為係一星期嘅第一日嚟嘅，係主耶穌復活了。
Why do we get together on Sunday? It is the first day of the week. It's the day that Jesus resurrected.
好明顯嘅喎，係咪啊？
It's really obvious, isn't it?
但係你知道，教會有時都有弟兄姊妹咧，唔係完全相信復活呢件事㗎。
But did you know that even there are some brothers and sisters in the church do not really believe the fact about Jesus has resurrected?
我意思即係話你知道，但係你係咪真係相信復活呢件事咧？
I mean that you know it, but do you really believe it?
至少當時嘅教會都係有咁樣嘅人喺當中㗎。
And there's people in that time, in Paul's time, they are also like that.
所以保羅喺寫俾哥林多教會嘅第一本書信，喺15章嗰度，佢特登提到，佢話：既然傳基督從死裏復活了，怎麼喺你們中間有人說沒有死人復活呢回事？
And so Paul, when he wrote to the Corinthians in his first letter, he said, but if it's preached that Christ has been raised from the dead, how can some of you say that there's no resurrection of the dead?
所以佢話：若沒有死人復活嘅事，基督也沒有復活了。若基督沒有復活，你們所傳的便是枉然，你們所信嘅也是枉然。
If there's no resurrection of the dead, then not even Christ has been raised. And if Christ has not been raised, our preaching is useless, and so is your faith.
所以好明顯嘅，當時嘅教會咧係好重嘅懷疑，甚至係絕對唔相信呢個基督或者一個復活呢回事嘅。
And so at that time, the people in the church actually they have this really strong doubt. They don't even believe that Christ has resurrected.
如果我哋唔相信復活呢回事咧，我哋真係嘥時間啦，係嘛？
If we do not believe resurrection, this is really a waste of time.
因為呢個係基督教思想嘅中心。
Because this is a central theme in our belief.
而主耶穌時常都提醒佢哋，教導門徒相信復活呢件事。
And Jesus has repeatedly taught the disciples to have to remember to teach the believers about the resurrection.
另外同大家分享一個大家都好熟悉嘅故事，
And also I'm going to share a very familiar story with you,
就係拉撒路嘅故事啦。
which is the story of Lazarus.
咁大家知道咧，主耶穌同呢個家庭咧好熟嘅馬大、馬利亞拉撒路咁啊。咁有一日咧，拉撒路死咗喎。
Jesus is very close to this family, Mother Mary and Lazarus. And one day, Lazarus died.
咁耶穌個故事大家都知道，耶穌有啲特登拖慢個腳步咧，遲都唔去喎佢嗰度。
And you know the story. Jesus seems to purposely slow down and tarry and not to go to help them.
到咗耶穌去到嘅時候咧，馬大就哇，簡直忍唔住啦，係嘛？走去揾耶穌就話：呢個夫子啊，如果你早啲喺度咧，我兄弟就唔會死㗎啦。
So as soon as Jesus arrived, Martha took the initiative and went to see Jesus and said that if you came here earlier, my brothers will never die.
有啲責怪耶穌啊，喺嗰個口吻嗰度。
She does have the tone of accusing.
咁耶穌同佢講：你唔使擔心，拉撒路會復活嘅。
And Jesus said that don't worry, Lazarus will survive, will resurrect.
馬大就好快反應啦，佢話：我知道喺末日嘅時候，復活嘅時候咧，佢一定會復活嘅。
And Martha said, wait away, I know he will rise again in the resurrection at the last
其
day.
實馬大咧冇錯晒喎，
And Martha actually was right in
其實
a
佢
way.
知道嘅喎，
She does know.
不過佢嘅知道唔係完全
But then her knowledge was not complete.
佢知道就係話耶穌係講過咧，我哋將來都會復活嘅。
She knows that Jesus had mentioned that we all will survive one day.
但係佢冇諗
Will
到
survive
咧，
one day.
耶穌今日咧就會令呢個拉撒路喺死裏復活。
But Martha did not understand, did not know that ahead of time that Jesus actually will resurrect Lazarus that day.
耶穌希望搞到佢哋咧就係下邊佢嘅答案啦。佢回答就話：復活在我，生命也在我，信我的人雖然死了，也必復活。
Jesus actually wanted to teach them the important lesson that is in the next verse. He said that I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live even though they die.
除咗將來嘅復活咧，今日都有呢個復活嘅呢種嘅經歷。
And so besides of the future resurrection, you should have the contemporary resurrection right now.
甚至佢喺26節嗰度話：凡活着信我嘅人，必永遠不死。
And in verse 26 it says, and whoever lives by believing in me will never die.
你信這話嗎？
Do you believe this?
好明顯嘅嘢，耶穌咧冇停喺拉撒路嘅復活嗰點上面。
And it's very obvious that Jesus does not stop just in in Lazarus' resurrection.
佢話你係必永遠不死。
He said that you will never die.
呢個係講到一個靈性，一個生命，一個係俾呢個聖靈嚟去復活嘅一個生命。
This is talking about a life that will be revived by the Holy Spirit.
因為拉撒路最後都係再死一次㗎嘛，係嘛？
Because Lazarus has to die a second death.
好多人
Eventually.
好羨慕拉撒路，哇！
A lot of us envy Lazarus.
幾好啊！經歷
Isn't
一
it
個
great?
俾主耶穌從死裏復活，但係咧你中唔中意死多次啊？
You experience a second life. You get revived, resurrected, but then you have to go through another death.
呢個係題外話啦不過我哋知道咧，主耶穌想提醒佢哋咧，就係話，當我哋信佢嘅時候咧，我哋就有嗰個永遠不死嗰個經驗，就係我哋嘅靈命係被更新。
But Jesus emphasized that when we believe Him, we will never die. This is an eternal life.
當我哋信，當我哋嗰個信心不斷係被更新嘅時候咧，我哋就有呢種復活嘅盼望，唔係將來，而係今日我哋都可以，好似保羅話：我要經歷那復活的大能。
And so that when our faith is being renewed, we will already experience the power of the resurrection.
第二方面我哋要睇，就係唔單止我哋喺信心上邊嘅更新，而係內在嘅一種嘅更新。
The second one that we need to look at is our not only the faith renewal that we have, but we also have an internal renewal.
喺15、16節嗰度喺15節嗰度講，這一切都是為了你們，好是因為既然因着許多人增多，感恩的心也更加增多了，使榮耀歸給神。所以我們並不沮喪，我們外面的人雖然漸漸嘅朽壞，但裏面的人卻日日更新。
And all this is for your benefit, so that the grace that is rich and more people may cause thanksgiving to overflow to the glory of God. Therefore we do not lose heart, though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day.
呢度師傅咧，保羅咧就重複嘅咧係提到一個觀念
Here seems to be that Paul is keep on emphasizing one of the concepts.
就喺前面第12節嗰度咧，佢講到話咧，死在我們身上發動了。
It's because back in verse 12 it talks that death happens in us.
但係生卻在你們身上發動。
But life is working in you guys.
呢個好特別嘅一個觀念
That is a very unique concept.
保羅亦好似咧講咧，即係我唔怕死㗎，我日日為主作工，我就希望咧，雖然我身體咧日日咧死㗎啦但係咧嗰個嘅屬靈嘅生命咧，卻係延伸到佢身邊嘅嗰啲嘅基督徒， 包括哥林多教會。
So Paul is saying that I'm not scared of death. I have to work very hard every day to the point that I may lose my life. But then to trade off the spiritual life will be happening, will be taking place in you. And he's referring to the Christians in Corinthian.
所以佢話唔介意㗎越多人能夠嚟到神嘅面前咧，就越多嘅恩惠，因為咧。最終嘅就係使榮耀歸給神。
So he said that all of this doesn't matter because more and more people adding to Christ, and that will be more grace will be reaching, and all this is for the glory of God.
你又唔需要擔心我，雖然我外體，我哋每個人外體都漸漸嘅朽壞，但係咧，我哋嘅內心我哋嘅內在嘅人咧。
And you don't have to worry about me because all of us are wasting outwardly. However, inwardly we are being renewed daily.
保羅好似師傅提醒我哋講到我哋需要時常嘅經過呢個嘅一種嘅過程，一個嘅經歷。
So Paul is talking about one of the process that we cannot go without.
我就用呢個嘅簡單嘅一個嘅體驗一個 process 一個過程咧嚟去，就係一種更新蛻變嘅過程。
I'm going to use the metamorphosis of butterfly to illustrate this renewal and transformation experience.
嗰個蝴蝶咧，大家都知道啦，佢從一個嘅蛋咁慢慢變咗個毛蟲一出世咧，佢就好識食㗎啦。
We know that for butterfly, they start out with the egg and then gradually they become a larva. And as soon as they born, they're very, they love to eat.
唔知你屋企有冇嗰啲咁嘅果樹咩樹你如果發覺咧有蟒蟲咧就不得了啦嗰啲葉咧一嚿一嚿咧唔見晒嘅。
I don't know that if you have any fruit tree back in your backyard and you find out that, if they have butterflies, a lot of the leaves are gone.
我哋做父母咧就開心啦，睇到個 BB 咧一路食嘢，一路食嘢，肥肥白白
If you have babies who love to eat and becomes really chubby and so on, we parents are very happy.
但係嗰啲毛蟲咧食到一定嘅時候咧，佢就唔食咯，佢就唔喐咯。
But then larvae, for one point, after they eat so much, they suddenly stop.
我哋做父母嘅咧，如果你嗰個 BB 唔喐咧，就唔係幾好啦。
But then if your parents, then you see your baby suddenly do not eat and become dormant. And even though they are very chubby, you want them to move, constantly being active.
毛蟲佢經過嘅就係呢個嘅呢個蛻變，佢變成一個硬咗一個肉。
But caterpillar eventually they become a pupa.
咁咧，佢就唔喐啦。
And then they stop. They become dormant.
出邊好硬啲。
And they become stiff outwardly.
但係呢個係一種隱藏嘅生命。
But this is a hidden life.
佢唔係死嘅喎。
He's not dead.
佢係蛻變緊啊。
It is actually transforming.
有時我哋唔喐咧，唔表示冇生命嘅喎，係嘛？
And sometimes when we don't move, doesn't mean that there's no life within.
我啱先聽早堂國語堂先聽到我教會每年都辦呢個退休會㗎啦退休會攞嚟做咩嘅咧
In our earlier service, we talk about that there is a retreat. And what is retreat for?
退休即係退出啦，咪休息咯，係嘛
？Retreat meaning that withdraw from and then rest.
所以我哋今日嘅教會咧，退休會咧忙到死嘅，咁一定係退咗休。
But our church retreat usually is full of activities.
但係希望呢個安靜嘅時間，你去讓神嘅話語嚟去提醒我哋，令到我哋聽到神個聲音。
Hopefully, we do have silent time that we can hear God's voice.
呢個就係好似瑪利亞一樣，係咪坐喺主耶穌嘅腳前唔喐一個木咁但係佢聽到嘅喎，佢吸收嘅喎，佢係轉變，佢生命係改變緊嘅。
It's just like Mary sitting at Jesus' feet, not doing anything, but actually she is learning, absorbing, and life is changing.
所以凡事都有定時，所以瑪利亞就揀咗呢個係上好嘅福分。
So there's time for everything, and Mary has chosen the better blessing.
所以當呢個嘅 用定時咧，改變啦，變咗個好漂亮嘅蝴蝶。
And the pupa at the designated time, it changed into a fascinating butterfly.
咁有日咧有個首歌咧，佢就睇到呢個一個蛹喐喐下、震震下。
There was a time a little boy saw that pupa moving.
咁首歌就好開心啊！蝴蝶快出嚟啦，所以咧佢就好有耐性咁睇住佢做咩。
And the child gets very excited, anticipating the butterflies coming out.
咁喐喐下就唔喐嘅喎。
But then it stopped.
過咗陣咧又喐喐下喎。
And then it started again.
咁呢個過程就係咁樣重複喎。
And so keep on repeating in cycles.
首歌梗係冇耐性啦，係咪
？And the child getting very impatient.
所以佢就話：不如我幫下佢啦，我將個窿整大啲。
And he said, let me give them a help. And so I'm going to make the hole bigger.
佢都係好小心嘅，將個窿真係整大咗，即係一個裂咧夠大。
And he tore it, and the fissure gets a little bit big.
終於個蝴蝶咧就爬出嚟啦。
And so the butterfly crawled out.
但係好可惜咧，佢唔識飛。
But sadly, the butterfly could not fly.
因為咧，原來呢個嘅呢個蝴蝶蟲咧，佢仲未變成呢個蝴蝶之前咧，佢有好多嘅掙扎嘅。
And because the caterpillar, before they become transformed, become a butterfly, it needs a lot of
特別
resistance.
係最後嘅階段，
Especially in the very last stage.
佢就係藉着咁咧，呢個嘅掙扎嘅過程咧，佢嘅翼咧就有力啦。
It's through that resistance that he has to struggle, he can strengthen the wings.
所以神嘅創造就係好奇妙嘅，就係經過嘅掙扎咧，佢先能夠破蛹而出，係咪？
And
破繭而出。
so this is just so amazing about God's creation. We have to go through a lot of struggles before we can break through and become free.
當呢個首歌心急幫嘅時候咧，反而害咗佢。
And so when the child thinks that he's actually helping the butterfly, but he's actually causing troubles.
喺度都提醒大家，有時我哋做家長，我哋都太過保護我哋嘅兒女。我哋做牧師、師母嘅，我哋有時都係幾保護我哋嘅弟兄姊妹，希望佢好地啦，你有咩我都幫你。其實個過程可能唔係神要佢哋去練習。
I want to remind the parents sometimes we overprotect our children, just like we shepherd leaders, we like to protect our congregation. But sometimes God has His own purpose.
有時我哋會心痛嘅。
Sometimes we feel bad for them.
有時我哋會真係好似不忍心，好似希望我哋做啲乜嘢咧。
We really want to do something to help.
但係唯有神佢自己知道，我哋每個弟兄姊妹要經過嘅，包括我哋牧師傳道人都係一樣嘅。喺神嘅當中，有時我哋需要安靜喺佢面前，經過一啲風浪，以致我哋可以蛻變。
But God knows that some of the process is inevitable for growth. We need to go through storms to be quiet in front of Him.
所以有時喺個苦難嘅過程入邊咧，冇 shortcut 嘅，冇走絕徑。
So there's no shortcut in the way of tribulation.
因為喺個過程當中，神先能夠將我哋內在嘅生命嚟去彰顯出嚟。
And so because it's through the process, God can externalize our inner life.
第三方面，我哋睇到係一個理念上面嘅更新。
The third renewal is our mindset.
保羅就提醒到話，因為我哋短暫輕微嘅患難咧，係為要我哋成就極大無比永恆嘅榮耀。
Paul reminds us that for our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all.
所以我哋顧念嘅咧，唔係睇到嘅嘢，係睇唔到嘅嘢，而且睇到嘢係暫時嘅，睇唔到嘅嘢先係重要，先係。
So we're not fixing our eyes on what is seen, but on what is unseen, because what is seen is temporal, but what is unseen is eternal.
好多時候我哋都會將我哋嘅焦點擠喺呢啲睇到嘅嘢上邊。
A lot of time we focus on what is seen, what is obvious.
係嘛？咁我哋都知道嘅睇 睇到嘅嘢通常攞唔走嘅。
But we know that what is sin, we cannot take it with us.
再好再中意嘅嘢咧，你都係到時咧，你都係要放手嘅。
What you really like, you have to put away, let go when at life's end.
所以神嘅話語係好有智慧，
It's
但
also a lot
我
of
哋
wisdom.
積步在天上係嗰啲睇唔到嘅嘢身上。
So God's word is a lot of wisdom. We have to invest in things that's eternal.
同大家講一個少少故事呢個係祈禱嘅手。
I want to share a story about the praying hands.
大家有冇睇過呢個相啊？
Have you ever seen this picture,
出名
this
嘅喎，係咪？
drawing? It's
大
a
家知唔知
very
係邊個
famous
畫㗎？
drawing. Do you know who's the
大
painter?
部分都唔知嘅因為呢個係咧好耐之前15世紀嘅一個德國人。
It is a German back in the 15th century.
咁咧係叫做Albrecht
It's
Duo
Albrecht Duo.
咁佢咧就係喺個鄉下好細嘅地方咧，有個好大嘅家庭，18個弟兄姊妹。
He was born in a family with 18 children.
個爸爸咧就做嗰啲嘅打鐵嘅一日10幾個鐘但係要餵18口好難㗎，梗係唔夠錢啦。
His father is a blacksmith, and then it's very hard to feed 18 mouths.
所以咧 Albrecht 咧同埋佢嘅另外一個弟弟咧就叫 Albert 佢哋咧就好有天分，好中意畫畫。
This guy, his brother, is called Albert, and both of them are very talented in drawing.
梗係冇盼望㗎啦，係咪？爸爸點會有錢送我哋去畫畫咧？去專門嗰啲咁嘅學校咧，所以佢哋咧有晚咧就傾到好耐之後咧，出咗個計。
But then they know that there was no leftover money for them to go to school to learn drawing. So they, in the middle of the night, they talk about, they come up with a plan.
佢話：不如我哋咧拋一個嘅銀仔如果我贏咗咧，邊個贏咗咧，就邊個去嗰個讀又學畫畫，另外一個咧就要做嘢嚟去支持佢。
So they say that why don't we just toss a coin to decide that who will be the one that go to learn the drawing and supported by the other one that was lost.
Albrecht 咧佢就贏咗啦即係 head Albert 佢嘅弟弟咧就要支持佢去讀畫畫嘅呢個專業。
So Albert is the one that.
Albrecht 呢個係 Albert。
Yeah, he's not the drawer. He's not. He's the one that who draw the picture, and he's the one that who. Oh yeah. So Albert won the toss, and then so he went to do to study, and supported by his brother Albert.
4年之後咧，Albrecht 咧就好有天分，所以咧就都幾出名下啦。咁佢咧就翻到屋企，哇有個大慶祝。
So after 4 years, Albert finished his study, and then he got really some achievement. So he went home to have a celebration.
喺慶祝嘅時候咧，佢就特別多謝佢弟弟 Albert 佢話多謝你4年嚟咁樣支持我嚟去去學習呢個畫畫。今日我有成啦，依家都係到你去學習。
So during the celebration, Albert thanked his younger brother Albert, saying that you have support me, and now I finish, and now it's your turn to go.
Albert 咧就佢弟弟咧就企起身佢話Albert 我唔可能再去讀畫畫。
But Albert said no, sorry, I could not go anymore.
佢話喺過去4年咧，我係去做呢個嘅煤礦嘅工人嚟去支持你。
In the past 4 years, I worked as a coal miner to support you.
我好高興今日你有咁嘅成績。
I am so happy that you have such achievement.
但喺過去4年，你睇下我啲雙手，完全冇掂過畫。
But look at my pairs of hands. I haven't touched drawing in the past 4 years.
唔單止係咁我手已經硬晒，又有風濕病。
And look at my fingers are all stiff, and I even get arthritis.
所以咧，我只有用雙手嚟去 祝福你。
I could only pray for you with my pair of hands now.
所以佢嘅哥哥Albert 咧就好感動，為咗紀念佢咧就畫咗呢雙嘅手。
Albert was deeply moved, so he memorized that by capturing the praying hands of his brother.
所以我哋呢個係一個好感人嘅故事，即係其實佢話，其實我哋係要將我哋嘅生命係投資喺對更多人嘅身上。
We should invest our life and sacrifice for others.
所以正如保羅咁講嘅，佢話我哋雖然今日好辛苦我哋做傳道人做牧師包括你哋做教會嘅事工咧，都係好多嘅苦楚嘅。但係比起將來嘅榮耀咧，呢一切都不足介意。
All of us are facing some kind of troubles right now, even including us pastors. But compared to the glory that we have in the future, all the present sufferings are nothing. It's not worth.
呢個就係保羅希望我哋睇到嘅呢個嘅觀念上面嘅呢個嘅更新。
Paul wants us to have the shift of paradigm here.
我哋今個禮拜咧就即係去經歷啦我慶祝呢個嘅受難節。
We're going to experience the Good Friday this Good Friday this Friday.
咁但係諗到主耶穌佢為我哋行走呢個十字架嘅道路係非常之艱難。
But when we think about Jesus Christ have to walk through this Calvary, this path of the cross, that is even a lot more suffering involved. 好多默想入邊，其中一個就係話，佢選擇咗人類喺呢個短嘅時間咧，先出現嘅十字架嘅呢個苦難，呢個嘅釘死嘅方式，佢就係選擇咗嗰個時間嚟到拯救你哋。 During my meditation, one of them was thinking that in that history, this long history, there was only that little short time that is the punishment of crucifixion, and yet Jesus chose that moment to be born.
係咪？之前或者之後，今日當然更冇呢個安樂死啦，係嘛？就算你俾人斬頭都係好快嘅啫。但係十字架嘅嗰種嘅死咧，就係慢慢嘅死。
I mean, if any other time you may be euthanasia or just decapitated, and the suffering is instant, it's short, but the crucifixion is long and excruciating.
但係喺希伯來書嗰度提到我哋主耶穌佢睇到咩咧
But in Hebrews, it reminds us how did Jesus bear that suffering?
佢睇到前面佢睇到永恆嘅嗰種嘅喜樂，佢睇到因為佢所做嘅，佢所獻上嘅一次咧，我哋眾人都能夠有咁嘅得救嘅恩典。
He suffered all this because he saw the joy set before him. He knew that everything that he did right now will be achieved for us, an eternal salvation.
所以佢忍受咗十字架嘅苦難。
So he's gone to shame and endured the cross.
所以今日佢坐喺神嘅右邊。
So right now he's sitting at the right hand of the throne of God.
呢個就係有時我哋要將我哋嘅思想嚟去投注喺永恆嘅嗰啲嘅事情上。
That is how we invest our thought in eternal things.
我開始嘅時候我講到話，保羅其實佢係呢個引用詩篇116篇嗰段經文。
I mentioned that earlier that Paul has quoted one of the Bible words from Psalm, and it's actually in Psalm 116, verse 8 to 9.
咁嗰度佢開始嗰度講到話，主啊，你救我的命，免了我的死亡，救我的眼，免了我的眼淚，救我的腳，免了我跌倒。我要在耶和華面前行活人之路。
For you, Lord, have delivered me from death, my eyes from tears, my feet from stumbling, that I may walk before the Lord in the land of the living.
呢度詩人咧，其實咧，佢係一種極度 對神嗰種嘅信服同埋一種嘅傾心吐意。
Here, the psalmist is totally trust God and he is pouring out his spirit in front of God.
其實佢唔係一種好舒服、好安樂嘅環境入邊嘅做嘅一個禱告，係咪？
This prayer is not written in a very happy, quiet, peaceful environment.
佢話佢願意第9節嗰度話喺耶和華嘅面前咧行活人之路。
He said in verse 9 that I may walk before the Lord in the land of the living.
其實如果我哋慢慢思想嘅時候，詩人咧其實個心情可能好似係死人一樣。
We actually, in a way, the psalmist his spirit is almost dead.
我哋睇到咧，保羅引用嘅第10節咧，佢話我因信，所以我要此説話，我受了極大嘅困苦。
In verse 10, it says, I trust in the Lord when I said I am greatly afflicted.
保羅有咁樣共鳴。
Paul could relate to him.
所以佢話經常記住説，我信，所以我也講説。
And that's why Paul said, we also believe and therefore speak.
諗下當日詩人寫嘅時候咧，佢從來都仲未見過耶穌，係咪？仲未經歷過呢佢個死裏復活嗰個大能佢對耶穌只不過一啲嘅印象，但係佢對神嘅信心係極大嘅。所以佢話：因着我嘅信咧，我要講説話，我要為神嚟作見證。
Imagine what kind of faith is that psalmist when he wrote those words that I trust in the Lord when I say I am greatly afflicted. He has no idea about Jesus Christ. He didn't know about salvation. He didn't know about the power of the resurrection yet. But he deeply trusts the Lord, and you could say such thing.
所以保羅提醒我哋都係信主嘅人。
And Paul reminds us, we are all who that believe in Jesus Christ.
我哋相信復活的大。
We believe in the power of the salvation, of the resurrection.
所以佢話我要講説話。
So he said that we have to speak.
就算係再艱難都好，我要為主嚟講説話。
No matter how hard it is, I will speak for the Lord.
弟兄姊妹
Brothers and sisters,
你今日願意為主講説話？
are you willing to speak for the Lord?
你嘅生命係咪為主講説話？
Is your life speaking for the Lord?
我哋一齊低頭。
Let's pray.
我盼望神嘅話語提醒我哋，激勵我哋，願意我哋今日特別，我哋知道今個禮拜你去點有時間去思想主耶穌為我哋所做嘅一切。
May God's words remind us, greatly encourage, especially during this Passion Week, that we can meditate on all the things that Christ has done for us.
如果你願意回應神，
If you want to respond to God,
你願意話我為主嚟講説話，
if you want to speak for the Lord,
藉着你嘅生命，
through your life,
藉着你嘅邀請人嚟參加，無論係呢個嘅受難節、復活節一啲嘅一個嘅電話，一個嘅書信。
or by inviting, by phone call, by written invitation to the Good Friday crucifixion service or Sunday resurrection day.
如果你願意為神做一點點嘅嘢，
If you want to do all those little things for God,
你可唔可以回應神？我哋大家低頭，我哋眯埋眼時候。
if you want to respond to God while we are all bowing our head and close our eyes,
你只要舉你嘅手，
all you have to do is put up your hand
做一個回應神。喺呢個禮拜
in response to God during this week.
有冇啊？
Is there anyone like that?
願意為主講説話，
Anyone want to speak for the Lord?
舉你嘅手，
Just put up your hand.
我哋為你祈禱。
We'll be praying for you.
睇到睇到
Yes, we see that.
睇到，
Yes.
感謝主。
Praise the Lord. Thank you.
天父上帝，我哋多謝你嘅恩典，
Heavenly Father, we thank you for your grace.
我哋多謝你自己拯救我哋，
We thank you for redeeming us.
我哋多謝你俾我哋有永恆嘅盼望。
We thank you for that eternal hope.
我哋更加求你賜俾我哋 好似保羅講嘅，能夠經歷你復活的大能。
We ask that for the experience the power of restoration.
無論我哋面對嘅係咩嘅情況，
No matter what we are going to face,
我哋都好似詩人一樣嘅。
we are just like the psalmist.
我哋要在耶和華面前行活人之路。
We have to walk in the land of the living.
我哋信，所以我哋講説話。
We believe, that's why we speak.
用我哋弟兄姊妹，
Use our brothers and
用我哋
sisters.
教會，
Use this church
將我哋嘅親戚朋友帶到你嘅跟前。
that we can bring all our relatives and friends to you.
聽我哋有聲無聲嘅禱告，
Hear our prayers.
奉耶穌。
In Jesus' name.